All right, I think we are live. The SYP NBA Draft Lottery Show. Just making sure everything works here and everything's set up. Let me just check here. How's it going? My name is Ian McNaughton. Big E here. Let's see if this works. Just checking in. Let's see if this works. Yep, it's working. It's working good. All right, we are live, ready to do this SYP NBA Draft Lottery live stream. My name is Ian McNaughton. Thank you very much for tuning in, for watching. Greatly appreciate it. You got the big board behind me. I don't know if you can really read it. I'm just gonna do my thing. Get everything sorted out here. The draft lottery doesn't start until 5:30, so I'm a little bit early. It's great to be back on doing lives with people. So I'm just gonna put it on Instagram here. Give me 2 seconds. Glad we could make this happen. No Fuji tonight, by the way. Fuji is not going to be here. He's spending the night with he's having dinner with his grandparents, so more than welcome, to have him do that instead of being here. Not a big deal at all. Let's see here. Where is the photo I am looking for? Actually, I'll just take one of these. I'll just do this. We are live, link in bio. All right, great. I don't think anybody's watching, but that's all right. Not the end of the world. People will watch at some point, I guess. 2021 SYP NBA Draft Lottery live stream is on now. Basketball. All right, so my name is Big E, Ian McNaughton here. Thank you very much for joining us. We are about less than half an hour away from the NBA Draft Lottery. We'll be here for the full hour, a little bit over an hour, depending on how much attention my dog needs. Discussing the NBA, discussing the Draft Lottery, all this good stuff here. It should be great. Here, you know what? This might be a little bit too far back. I'm just going to put that right there so you can see me, just me tonight. There's no Fuji, so it's just myself. So glad to be here. I'm wearing the Sonics hat because that's who I'm rooting for, and I'm wearing the Lakers championship tee from last year. So those are the teams I'm rooting for in the draft lottery, in case you're wondering. I have no contenders or no team I'm rooting for outside of that, but it should be good stuff nonetheless. So with that being said, feel free to throw some stuff on in the comment section. Feel free to just have at it all night. The 2021 SYP NBA Draft Lottery live stream is on. So good stuff here. Basically, yeah, NBA Draft Lottery starts at 5:30 Pacific, 5:30 my time. It's currently 5:06 Pacific. And then the Clippers and the Suns are playing against each other at 6 p.m. tonight. So that should be a good game as well. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Really excited to see how that goes. See if the Clippers can bounce back after losing the first game. Draft lottery, right behind me over here are the odds 1 through 14, with Houston, Detroit, and Orlando each having the best chances for first overall, which is 14%. They also have the best chances for a top 4 picks, just a little over 50%, 52.1% for Houston, Orlando, and Detroit. So that should be really interesting. I don't know how much this draft is really going to. It's kind of like the NHL draft where there's, I think, a lot of quality prospects. I don't know that there's one big name to look out for. I would say that Cade Cunningham is the consensus #1 pick. He seems to be the guy that everybody likes, everybody is going with, but we'll see. Not too sure what that's going to look like. So I'll just put in the chat, SYP creator Fuji will not be available tonight, just to let everybody know. So yeah, so pretty much Fuji will not be here. It's just myself. Over here on my left shoulder, we have top prospects in this year's draft, including Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State, Yvonne Mobley from USC, and Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga. Gonna be an interesting night, really, to see who goes where, what happens when. I don't know if we'll see any big shockers this evening, considering the NHL draft lottery was pretty chalk. I think the only difference was that Seattle and Anaheim moved up one spot. So Seattle got 2, Anaheim got 3 when originally they were swapped in positions. So that's going to be really fascinating to see if we have just a chalk draft lottery tonight or if somebody comes out of the weeds and gets first overall. Who knows? Again, I'm rooting for the Sonics. I'm rooting for the Lakers. It doesn't matter who gets the draft lottery tonight. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference to me. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Again, we got quite a bit of time here. Like, we might not know who's drafted first overall for about the next hour or so. It's going to be a while. Also behind me to my left is my United States Championship belt because I am the champ. I am champ. I don't have a lot of NBA merch. I don't have a lot of NBA stuff to wear or hang up or put up here. So pretty much I'm just wearing the shirt. I got the hat. If you're willing to send me stuff or you got things you think I would like, feel free to send them my way. There's not a lot of budget for NBA stuff because I spend a lot of my money on hockey merch, but also okay. Chat is not buzzing tonight, that is for sure. Much better for the hockey live stream. But that's okay. We're at least doing something. We're here. Take it apart in whatever we're doing. Yeah. So, anyways, I think it's tomorrow night. This is Tuesday. We're doing this. Wednesday, I believe, will be the start to game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. I kind of am rooting for Atlanta to win that series purely because I'm liking Trey as a heel. I think that's why I'm rooting for him. I think he's a good villain. I think he's a good kind of just guy for people to dislike. There's not really a guy in the postseason outside of Trey that people are hating on. I don't think people are hating on Kawhi. Maybe Paul George, I guess, is the other heel, but I'd rather have Trey. Like Trey Young, I think is more talented than Paul George. Even though I should say George has picked up his game quite a bit. George has gotten much better so far this postseason. So good for Paul George. I don't know. Trey Young is just like a really cool guy to root for, at least as a heel, as the guy that no one else seems to like. So maybe I'll root for Atlanta. Maybe I'll be the one guy who's picking the Hawks to advance. Who knows? All right, so we're still waiting for the draft lottery to actually start. We're about 20 minutes away from the actual event kicking off. I think they're doing the draft lottery in their studios in Secaucus, New Jersey. So good for the NBA. they're happy, I guess, in their own place. Good for them. Maybe what I'll do later tonight is I'll do like my own gaming stream. I'll finally figure that out and how that works. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll learn more about Streamlabs later tonight, so I can get set up for the. Well, I gotta have dinner too. I haven't had dinner yet, but I also gotta get set up for the. Gotta get set up for the hockey as well. We might also be potting tonight too. No confirmation on that yet, so that's good. Thank you to the one person who liked this video. That's greatly appreciated. At least someone's watching. Someone's paying attention. It is not. I will admit, it's not the same without having somebody else here. It's just myself, just Biggie here. Fuji is not available tonight. He's having dinner with his grandparents, so he couldn't make it. Totally cool. I hope he enjoys his time with his grandparents. Instead, you just have me. You just have Biggie talking about basketball for probably the next hour or so, if that. Really good stuff here. Really good stuff. Lots happening. Not a lot happening. I'm watching Plays of the Week right now. Other notes I have, teams are sending their on-camera reps. I'm assuming this is just one giant Zoom call. Miles Bridges will be representing the Hornets. Mark Eversley, who is their GM, is representing the Bulls. Kobe Altman representing the Cavs. Ben Wallace representing the Pistons. Rick Welch representing the Pacers. Not the Pacers, Warriors. Hakeem Olajuwon representing Houston. That's probably my favorite. Nancy Leonard representing Indiana. Anthony Edwards representing Minnesota. Swin Cash representing New Orleans. Nazir Muhammad representing OKC. Jeff Weltman representing Orlando. Monty McNair representing Sacramento. Peter J. Holt representing San Antonio. And Fred VanVleet representing Toronto. I'm rooting for teams who send players or former players to this event, not the GMs or the executives or anything like that. Because I think it's fun having these events is better when you have former players, former personalities in the game compared to just executives or management showing up. And then it doesn't feel like an event. It just feels like a bunch of executives' job is on the line here. But I mean, you got Ben Wallace, which is a nice ad for tonight. Hakeem Olajuwon's probably my favorite. That's why I think I'm rooting for Houston to get into the lottery. Probably Fred VanVleet. I'm also rooting for Toronto. Then who you want to get a good pick? Hope my Raps get a top 4 from QT saves. I'm kind of hoping. I think for Houston. I mean, I put on the. Kind of bottom of my board here. Who needs a first overall? Who needs a good pick? Who do I want though to get a good pick? I think I want San Antonio. I like San Antonio. San Antonio's cool. Kind of Indiana as well. I got teams lower on the board who I want to get a good pick. Toronto, I hope gets a good pick. I don't think Toronto needs to get a good pick, but I'm hoping Toronto gets a good pick. If the Raps get into the top 4 tonight, I think that'll be a successful evening for them, because for some of these teams, this is a great way to acquire a cheap asset that can help them win now. Like somebody like Suggs, Cunningham, Davion Mitchell from Baylor. I feel like those 3 guys could really help a team right now. So if somebody like Toronto, Minnesota, Charlotte, if those teams can get some good top picks, I think it'll help them down the line in the future. That's my prediction. They can get the cheap asset now, help them win now. I think that'll be considered a success. If there's a team I don't want getting a top pick, Sacramento. I don't really care about Sacramento. Not interested in anything they do. I don't like Oklahoma City because they moved from Seattle, so I hope the Thunder don't do well, even though they have a bajillion picks. I don't think it matters too much if they don't get this one right. And then I guess the other team I'm not really rooting for. I guess the Pistons, because they're just such a pathetic franchise. It's tough to root for poor management. That's why I'm not really rooting for the Pistons. So those are teams that I hope get a bad pick or don't do as well. Jesus Christ, phone's not working, but that's all right. Yeah. So in case you're just joining us, it's about 20 after 5 Pacific. Draft lottery starts in about 10 minutes. We'll be here until about 6 p.m. Pacific once everything wraps up here. We're just chatting hoops right now, just chatting basketball. Again, game 2 between Phoenix and the Clippers is tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific. That'll happen after the draft lottery. And then game 1 of Milwaukee and Atlanta in the Eastern Conference Finals, that will take place tomorrow night. QT says, feel bad for Sac. They have talent, but don't handle the situation well. Yeah, the problem with a team like Sacramento is that it starts from the top down. I blame ownership. I just feel like it's incompetence from the very top of the team to below the team. I've had people tell me that Bagley's a bust, and I don't think Marvin Bagley's a bust. I just think you whiffed on that pick because you missed out on Luka. But they're just a team that's like always perpetually rebuilding. It seems like no matter what they do, no matter what happens, Sacramento's just always rebuilding. Like Sacramento's just always in contention for the 6th overall pick, no matter how well they do in a year. So, and again, they do have good pieces with Buddy Hield. I think Bagley's a fine piece, but just for whatever reason, De'Aaron Fox obviously is a tremendous player, but they just can't seem to figure it out for one reason or another. I don't know. It is what it is with them. So now I got some water in my glasses. Yeah, so that's kind of my take on Sacramento. I mean, New Orleans is kind of desperate, I think, because things have not been going well for New Orleans. Orlando is going to be patient because Orlando is just starting to rebuild, so they aren't in a rush to do anything. Toronto doesn't really need a good pick tonight. Yeah. San Antonio doesn't need a good pick. And they're on Sac. They can't sign someone good. I personally think you should build it on trade most of the team. Yeah, I like that idea about trading like pieces to try and build around Fox, because it's so hard to draft and develop guys now, and then they go somewhere else. Like there's a lot of guys who just go wherever. That's part of being the player empowerment league that the NBA is. If Sacramento could get, they'll have to start over again, which De'Aaron Fox is probably not going to be pissed at, or probably not going to be happy at. He's probably going to be pissed with. But if somehow Sacramento can just acquire enough talent around Fox, and listen, I like Hield, I like Bagley. They're not the guys. They're not playoff guys. They're definitely not championship contenders with those guys on the team. But if they could somehow make it work around them and add some extra pieces, it would help quite a bit. The other part that's difficult with Sacramento is that they aren't too far from Golden State, so you get you saw a dynasty happen right in front of your eyes for a franchise that had been pretty miserable for most of their life, and for most of your life, you've also been pretty shit. So Sacramento just can't win, no matter what. I can't see a good outcome for the Kings here. Tonight, the draft, the upcoming season, I just don't see it with them. Interesting. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome to our NBA Draft Lottery live stream. The draft lottery is less than 10 minutes away. It starts at 5:30 Pacific. We'll be going until 6 p.m. approximately Pacific tonight, before the Clippers and the Suns face off against one another. should be a good night for some basketball content highlights. You'd love to see it. Yeah, less than 10 minutes away with the draft lottery live stream. So you love to see it. My name is Biggie. Fuji will not be available tonight. Fuji is with his grandparents. They're having dinner together. So it's just myself, myself, and I. Talking hoops. Kaz is here somewhere. The dog's around here somewhere. I don't know where the dog went to, but the dog was around here. I hope he's doing okay. I'm sure I'll see him. It can't be too far. We went for a walk earlier today. Let me know if you guys got any hot takes or if you guys want me to answer any questions in the comment section in chat. Again, I'm rooting for the Sonics and the Lakers, so they shouldn't be impacted too much by tonight, considering that the Sonics don't even exist and the Lakers got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. So great stuff happening with those teams. And in case you are also wondering, this is my big board for the draft lottery. Prospects are on my right-hand shoulder. Team odds are on my left. And in the middle, right behind me, last 10 lottery winners and who needs overall the most, who needs first overall the most. So good stuff here. Again, we might pod after the lottery tonight. Part of it is that I just don't know. Rav told me, SYP creator Rav told me about Streamlabs and how to get multiple people in. I'm still just learning that. I'm sure it's not too difficult. I just don't know a lot about it. So once I figure that out, then it'll be better. Then we can get multiple people on a live stream, multiple SYP creators. So again, if you got any other hot takes, any other questions, comments, feel free to leave them in the chat. Not a lot else I have for predictions wise. I mean, I think Milwaukee will beat Atlanta. I'm kind of rooting for Atlanta because I like the Trae Young kind of fun that he brings. Trae Young is cool. I think Trae Young's cool. He's getting hated as a villain, which I kind of like. It's kind of the heel aspect of it. I mean, the other series, I'm rooting for the Suns more than the Clippers, although I think the Clippers are the better team. I don't know. It's very close. I think I'm rooting for the Suns anyways. I'm hoping Chris Paul can go get a title. This is a great shot for him to go do so. And I hope it works out for Chris Paul. I hope he can get it done. He's got a pretty decent team around him with Booker. He performed well on Sunday. Aiden looks like a true center, which is what you don't see in today's game, but it can be useful if you use your players right. Bridges obviously had a really good performance the other day, but Campaign also is also coming out of nowhere. So Phoenix is fun to watch. Phoenix is really fun to watch. I hope Phoenix can somehow make it happen, somehow make it work. I'm hoping this is the last segment on Plays of the Week, and then we can actually get to the draft lottery. But we'll see. So, because pretty much I want to see who goes where in the draft. I don't know, when is the NBA draft? I have to pull that up when the actual NBA draft is. I have it marked down on my calendar somewhere here. It should be in July somewhere, I'm thinking. July 29th. So the NHL and NBA draft are a week after one another, which is really good. That should be really good. I'm really excited to see that go from the NHL to NBA in a week. Things are starting to get back to normal again. Again, speaking of normal, the Pistons are in the draft lottery. Cleveland's in the draft lottery. Weird seeing Golden State and Houston in the draft lottery. Don't always see that every day. Be sure, again, if you want to ask any questions, comments, put them in the chat. Feel free. We're happy to talk about any NBA, any basketball here ahead of the live stream, ahead of the lottery. I wonder what envelope's going to be the frozen envelope tonight. Who knows? I don't. What do I know? I mean, hopefully it goes well for most of these teams. I don't hate anybody. Oh, hi Tage. Glad you could watch. Thanks for being here. It's greatly appreciated. It's just myself here. Yeah, I don't really have anybody that I'm hoping falls apart or falls real low tonight. Again, I'm just rooting for my Sonics and Lakers. Hopefully they can do well. It'd be nice if the Sonics were back. I miss the Sonics. That's why I'm rooting against Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is like the one team that I'm rooting against, but like outside of them, anybody can have a good chance tonight. Oh, here comes Gaz is coming here. Hey, good boy. I would show my dog, but it's not very convenient with the webcam. Just chilling here. Kaz isn't a big basketball guy, I don't think. I think he likes football. Anyways, again, we are approaching 2 minutes until the draft lottery. I'm really excited. This should be good. Should be fun. Tejas, you think since Seattle is getting an NHL team, the Sonics have a chance to come back? It's a good question. So I would say there's a 33, like a 1 in 3 chance that the Sonics come back by the end of the decade. So the new arena that not new, but they're remodeling the old Key Arena that the Sonics used to play in. It's going to be retrofitted for basketball. So that's not a problem. So the new arena in Seattle should be ready for basketball. The problem is trying to figure out which team, if not then an expansion team, comes to Seattle. And I just don't know who that team or when that's going to happen. I don't know who or when that would happen, because the candidates that make sense are New Orleans. I don't know that the Pelicans moved to Seattle. You can't move Sacramento because they just built a new arena within the last 10 years. Memphis, maybe. They're a small market team, but that would be cruel to put the Grizzlies in Seattle. It doesn't make a lot of sense to move a team right now, I don't think. So you have to put an expansion team in there, which also couldn't make some sense from the NBA's perspective because they're losing so much in revenue. An expansion team would easily get back whatever revenue they've been missing, plus some, of course, because it's an NBA team. An NBA team will make money. I'm going to say there's about a 1 in 3 chance that the Sonics come back by the end of the decade. Getting the NHL team helps, but it's not the end-all, be-all. I'll say that much. But I would love to see the Sonics come back. I think there should be a team in Seattle more than Sacramento, New Orleans, Memphis, a lot of places. More than Orlando. I think a team in Seattle makes sense. All right, draft lottery is starting. It is now 5:30 Pacific time. My name is Ian McNaughton, Big E. This is the SYP NBA Draft Lottery live show. Glad you could be here with us. A lot of good stuff ahead here. Hopefully, they can do it clean without freezing envelopes, however you say it. And then this basically gets us set for the NBA draft 1 month from today. 1 month, not 1 month from today, July 29th. What day is it? July 22nd. 1 month, so 5 weeks from today, pretty much. That should be some good stuff. Should be fun to watch. So, again, I think we may be doing a podcast after this, and maybe I'll figure out how to do some live streaming or some gaming content. I got a PlayStation. I'm probably just going to delete Fortnite, I think, off my game. I got to add a few games, and I'll probably just delete Fortnite. Fortnite's free, but it just takes up a lot of space. And it feels like Fortnite is updating more than I actually play Fortnite, which sucks. And I don't even like Fortnite. I just play it because everybody else plays it. So we'll see. Yeah, star power at the top. ESPN's voting. Kate Cunningham, Evan Mobley, Jalen Suggs. Who was the other guy that I missed? Jalen Green. He's a G League player. So the Rockets, the other thing I forgot to mention is the Rockets lose their pick to the Thunder unless it's a top 4 pick. So if the Rockets are picking 5, then it's a, if the Rockets are picking 5, then it's a Thunder pick. If it's in the top 4, then it's a Rockets pick. God, that Westbrook for Paul trade did not go well. For Houston, that is. For Oklahoma City, it went great, but for Houston, it stunk. We're going to live to Woj. He's in the arena in Phoenix. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not putting the volume up too high because I don't want copyright infringement or any of that sort of stuff. But that's all right. Again, if you're just joining us, my name is Ian McNaughton, Big E. This is the SYP NBA Draft Lottery live stream. Thank you for joining us. If you got any questions, hot takes, comments you want me to answer, feel free to put it in chat. Setup's looking lovely here. There we go. Now you might be able to see me. See me in my beautiful face. That looks better. Big board behind me. This is the lottery odds over here. Over here, we have top prospects. And then in the middle, we have draft lottery winners of the last 10 years. And then who I think needs to win it the most. You probably can't read that because it's way too small. But I can at least say I did my homework. I did my part as the host insider. I did my part. Yeah, I think Cade Cunningham is the consensus #1 pick. Outside of that, I would probably want Jalen Suggs. The thing with a guy like centerman and big men like Mobley is that they need the right fit, right? Like Ayton, a lot of people were saying that Ayton was a bust, but Phoenix then finally figured out how to use him and how to get the most out of him, which helps. Obviously, it helps. It's just, coaching, situation, getting the right people, getting the most out of the assets. Anthony Edwards is representing Minnesota, by the way, as their guest, representing the T-Wolves. I feel like that wasn't their first choice. But I guess teams get to decide. It's not ESPN asking who they want for each team. I guess teams get to decide who they want representing them, because I mean, some of these are boring choices if you don't know who's representing for everybody. Miles Bridges representing for Charlotte. Mark Eversley representing for Chicago. He's the Bulls GM. Kobe Altman representing for the Cavs, also the GM. Ben Wallace representing for the Pistons. That's a fun pick. I kind of want Detroit just to get first overall, just because Ben Wallace is representing the Pistons. I also don't want Detroit to get it because they're just such an incompetent franchise, and I don't think they know what to do with the first-round pick. Rick Welts is representing Golden State. Akeem Olajuwon is representing Houston, which is really cool. Kind of want Houston to get first because of Olajuwon representing them. Nancy Leonard is representing Indiana. Anthony Edwards representing Minnesota. Swin Cash representing New Orleans. Nadir Muhammad representing OKC. Jeff Weltman representing Orlando. Monty McClair representing Sacramento. And Peter J. Holt representing San Antonio. And Fred Van Fleet is representing Toronto. Those are all the people representing the teams on camera. We're going through the interviews pretty much. They're just interviewing everybody who they want to. So the picks will be revealed apparently in 10 minutes, a little under 11 minutes. So about 5:47 Pacific is when the picks are going to be revealed. So pretty much we're just bullshitting for the next 10 minutes here, which I guess is fine. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, by the way, on stream, but I just did that. I just said it. So I guess what are they going to do? Delete me? Cancel me? Yeah. Again, if you got anything and want to add in the comment section, ask a question, some hot takes, any comments. Yeah, I'm just here, just chilling, waiting to talk about the NBA draft lottery. Richard Jefferson now talking. He's representing, I guess, ESPN on what's going to go down here tonight. What do you think is going to go down? All right. Yeah, game 2, Clippers Suns. Coming up after this. I'm not streaming it, so you have to watch it somewhere else. Probably ESPN in the States, TSN in Canada. That's Jay Billis, who is ESPN's lead college basketball analyst with Richard Jefferson. Next time they get a mix of NBA and college guys together. And Billis is looking old. Aging a bit. Yeah, T-Wolves have a 9% chance to win the lottery. Toronto at 7.5%. Not horrible odds. Honestly, I don't mind. I think Oklahoma City or Cleveland would be pretty good bets to win this if you were putting money on it. I mean, I don't think anybody below Chicago will win it. I don't think Sacramento, New Orleans, Charlotte, San Antonio, Indiana, Golden State will win it. I don't see that happening. I can't imagine that happens. The farthest back in the last 10 years someone has gone is from 9th to 1st. And that was Cleveland taking Anthony Bennett. I don't see that happening this time around, but we'll see. Leon Newsom, Senior VP and Chief Security Officer for the NBA, along with somebody else. Mark Daly, Ernst & Young. Oh, so those are the people that do the lottery stuff, like the people who do the lottery stuff like the NHL. So basically now we're going back to commercial break, and then after this we should know the lottery winners. Good stuff. You'd love to see it. Basically, you just have to get through this commercial break, and then we'll get to know the winners and my thoughts on that. So again, feel free to put anything in chat, comments, questions, social security numbers. I'm happy to answer. Reaction notes. I'm just writing something down. Okay. Keith Renata. Oh, is Bruno Caboclo still 2 years away from being 2 years away? You know what, Keith? Now that you mention it, I'm gonna Google Bruno Caboclo, and I'm gonna see what he is doing right now. Also, I don't know if my computer should be this hot. That doesn't seem right. Bruno Caboclo is 25 years old. Who plays for the Mogas, CSP of the LNB Pro A, which is top tier in France. So he's playing for a top team in France is what he's doing. That's what Bruno Caboclo is doing. He's playing in France. Somebody's got to give him another opportunity, I feel like, because NBA GMs are much smarter than they used to be, but I feel like somebody's still going to give him another run, another opportunity. I don't think it's Toronto, but probably somebody desperate like the Clippers Maybe the Nets. Maybe the Nets give him another opportunity. Or the Knicks. I know the Knicks seem competent this year, but maybe not. Maybe the Knicks. Yeah. Feel free to ask more questions, guys. Feel free to live it up with, real NBA serious questions. Not like, I'm trying to think of like joke comments. It's like 54 best small forwards under 5'6" or something stupid like that. That's not cool. I don't think that's funny. Go do that on someone else's stream, not mine. Not speak your piece. Keith, is it true that you broke the news that NBA Africa will not be held in North America? Actually, Keith, I didn't break that specifically. That was Shams and Woj, and then I just stole it from them. I gave them credit, which is what you do when you're covering a beat or when you're an insider like that. Is you always want to give credit to the first person who you want to give credit to the first person who announced it if it's actually happened or if it's true, because everybody's got their own sources and everybody's, talking to different people. So you can't just break something 20 minutes after. Like, Woj can't break something 20 minutes after Shams said it, unless Woj actually got official confirmation from his sources, because who knows who Shams talking to? Shams works for the Athletic, I think. I think he's with what's his name? LeBron's agent. I can't remember who LeBron's agent. He's with those guys. He's with a very influential agency group, and I can't remember what their name is. That's how much of an insider and reporter I am for the NBA. We are coming up on just over 42 minutes in this live stream, but now I think we are about to unveil some numbers and some places where teams are going, where teams are going to be picking in the NBA draft. I'm telling you, if Toronto wins, that's going to be huge. If Toronto wins, that would be pretty epic. Oh, Keith again. Do you know how Seattle made Sonic Super? How do you make Sonic Super? Well, Keith, I don't know if you've heard of Boeing. They're like a pretty big airplane manufacturer that make planes. So they make like supersonic planes. I don't know if they still do anymore. They used to back in the day. And that's why they were called the Supersonics. It's because of the planes. I'm pretty sure that's why they were called that. It's because of Boeing. It might have been one of those fan votes too, but I feel like it was because of the influence of Boeing. Yeah, Supersonics, named after Boeing's recently awarded contract for the SST project. See, I know my stuff. Also, if you're in Seattle, anybody watching this, if you're in Seattle, next time you get to go down to Seattle, go to the Boeing plant and get a tour. That's a really fun tour. Highly recommend going down to Boeing and seeing that. 10 out of 10 cannot recommend it enough. Do you have to bell? Okay, I'm not canceling, Keep. I'm just not answering that because it's not even basketball related anymore. Not even fun. Okay, so now we're showing highlights of Mobley. I guess we'll get to see the actual picks being made here. Franz Wagner is a guy I'm also rooting for. He's related to Mo Wagner, and we're big Mo Wagner fans here at SYP. Okay, now I guess they're interviewing Mobley because they showed his highlights. Now they got to interview him. Way to drag out the process. Now I guess they'll figure it out here. Keith, you're keeping me active. Where are the other questions you have to answer? I don't have to do anything, Keith. It's my live stream. Chances for #1 pick. Yeah, we got that on the board here. Houston, Detroit, Orlando. Best chances at 14%. Other chances: Oklahoma City, Cleveland 11.5%, Minnesota 9, Toronto 7.5, Chicago, Sacramento 4.5, as well. New Orleans at 4.5. So, yeah, pretty much anything below New Orleans, 4.5%. Chicago and New Orleans and Sacramento all have the same picks. Anything below New Orleans, I just don't see it happening. Now they're showing all the people representing teams. Quite a lot of diversity there, which is good. And now we're going to unveil. Now they're going to unveil all the picks and the order coming up here. 14 is going to go to Golden State, so that's not a surprise. Rick Wells thought he was going to go higher, I guess. He gave like a little 13 is going to go to the Pacers. It's not a surprise. 12 should be San Antonio. It is San Antonio. Peter J. Holt just looks enthusiastic. He looks thrilled. 11 is Charlotte. Again, not a surprise. Things are pretty chalk right now. Miles Bridges did his part. He just sat there. Didn't need to do anything. 10, this should be New Orleans. It is New Orleans. Swin Cash looks pissed. Probably didn't want to be there. Next, 9, Sacramento. Monte McNair looks like he works out quite a bit. Good for him. Hey, enough. Dogs whining. Orlando's picking 8. That's right. The Bulls pick goes to Orlando. Now we'll see what happens. 7. Golden State. So that's Minnesota's pick. That went to Golden State. So Toronto's up. Toronto is in the top 4. Oh my God, Toronto's in the top 4. Six is Oklahoma City. Cleveland shot up. So I guess that's the Houston. I guess that's the Houston pick. They went to Oklahoma City. Orlando's picking 5. So that's their own pick. Wow, okay. So we know Toronto and Cleveland are in the actual, oh man, Toronto and Cleveland are in the actual lottery. Which I guess we're going to go to commercial and then we'll find out. Kobe Altman and Fred VanVleet are just sitting there watching. Ben Wallace, he looks mildly happy. Hakeem Olajuwon looks really happy. Man, this is some good stuff. I guess we're going to go to one. Yeah, coming up, top 4 picks revealed. So I guess we're going to get the commercial break, and then after commercial break, we'll see who's actually in the lottery. Again, feel free to put any basketball relevant questions. Keith thinks he's cool, but he's just asking stupid questions. This Band-Aid is really old. Rubber band, not Band-Aid. Whatever. What do I know? So, in case you missed it, Toronto, the Raptors have shot up to the top 4. Cleveland has shot up to the top 4. And then we're still waiting on, I think, Oklahoma. Yeah, Detroit and Houston. So that was Oklahoma's own pick that went back. So Cleveland jumped ahead of Oklahoma's own pick. So Houston. So Oklahoma will now have their own first round pick, but they won't have Houston's. Which I don't know makes too much of a difference. Morey doesn't get bit in the butt, and neither do the Rockets after the Westbrook for Paul trade. Now the dog's whining. He doesn't understand that we just got less than 10 minutes left, and then we can do our thing, but we got to get through these next 10 minutes. Coming up over 50 minutes now, coming up to 6 p.m. Pacific. Thank you very much for watching. If you watched the whole thing, it's greatly appreciated. We'll do more of this sort of stuff, hopefully with other people. Again, I gotta learn Livestream so I can get other people involved, but sometimes it doesn't feel like other people want to be involved. So that's why it's just me. That's why it's just me, myself, and I tonight. Hey, big dog. Doggo. Yeah, it's okay. You're okay. Just looking at my dog. He seems to be doing good. Soon, I guess we'll come back here. We'll come back and then figure out who the top 4 is, what the actual lottery looks like. Because I don't know what it looks like right now. Toronto and Cleveland have got top 4 picks. I don't know who Toronto takes. I guess they take another guard to replace Lowry. So it might be Suggs or Green. Hell, they even need a center, so maybe they take Mobley. Pretty much everybody in the top 4 makes sense for Toronto. They're kind of playing with house money here. Are we maybe coming back here after commercial? Nope, we're going to get a ad from Bob Arnott. Like, Toronto, it makes sense for all 4 of those guys that I have on the board at the prospects between Cunningham, Mobley, Green and Suggs. That they all make sense for Toronto. I think it can all replace Lowry. Mobley is just going to be the big centerman. Hopefully Nick Nurse uses him properly if they get to 2. Hell, he could drop to 4 as well. This is fascinating. For Cleveland, I don't know. They already have a surplus of guards. They probably need a big man. And enough. Go lying down. Enough. Dog's whining. We're getting through here. All right. I think we are back. Nope. We're doing another ad for golf. And then we might be able to get through this. All right, draft lottery. We're back. We'll finally get to see who the top 4 picks are. They're showing Devin Booker shooting his shot before Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Somebody contesting his shots. There's DeAndre Ayton, who's talking to Kathy Hubbard. I get that there's a game here, but we also have a draft lottery live stream. Yeah, it's okay. We'll figure this. Come on, let's get through this. Oklahoma City and I think Houston are just going to take the best player available. I don't think they really care who. Toronto might do the same. Cleveland, they kind of need a big man. Although they might take a guard to replace Sexton. So they're showing the top 4 picks now as Rockets, Pistons, Cavs, Raptors. I don't think it's going to be in that order. I think they're going to show the proper order. Yeah, Mark Tatum is going to actually show the proper order. I think they just had a graphic lined up here. Now we're going to see who the top 4 is. Number 4 is the Toronto Raptors. So the Raptors are picking 4th. Number 3 is Cleveland. Okay, so now it's between Houston and Detroit. And Detroit, I guess, is picking 1st overall. The Detroit Pistons are going 1st overall in the draft. That's the power Ben Wallace brings to the team. So the 4 goes Detroit, Houston, Cleveland, Toronto. Cleveland gets some more draft lottery luck again. I'm sure Ben Wallace is pretty happy for the rest of the team. That's a big get for the Pistons. They finally have a young guy they can build around. He's got promise. Only the Red Wings had that luck with, draft lotteries, first overall. All right. Well, that's the live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. We'll be back again soon. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out the podcast. That'll probably be coming out tomorrow or Thursday. So we'll see. I don't know what the actual schedule is yet. But thank you very much for watching. Peace out.